When trying to convince someone of something, there are two different types of arguments you can make. There's the moral argument, then there's the pragmatic argument. You need a strong argument for at least one of these, and at bare minimum, you need a neutral argument for the other. Nobody's going to support an idea that is moral but completely impractical, or an idea that's practical but totally immoral. For example, we'll start with the latter. Say if I'm advocating a way for the United States to save money on Medicare. What we could do is we could euthanize everyone above the age of 85. Now, that's pretty pragmatic argument. I can guarantee we'd save quite a bit of money, but kind of lacking in the moral sense. Completely lacking in the moral sense. So I'm not going to convince. I don't think I'm going to convince very many people of that. And let's go on the other end too. We have a moral argument for everyone to receive free food, free water, free shelter, and they shouldn't have to work for it. Well, that is a type of moral argument, but it is so impractical that people are just going to laugh at you. It's like, no, that's stupid, because there's no way of implementing this in reality. And in a sense, you could even say the only way to implement this is to completely sacrifice the moral argument and take it from other people. I actually wrote an article on this not too long ago, published over at beinglibertarian.com, which I'll link to in the description. It's called Realism or Idealism, Why Not Both? And it's the similar concept of like, hey, you can have the idealist, which tends to be the more moral argument. You can also have the realist position of pure pragmatism, and they kind of go hand in hand. You have to have these two concepts working together to achieve something. And principles are honestly quite worthless if you have no way of implementing them. And in the same sense, what's the point of pragmatism if you don't have any morals to base them on? When you think about it, imagine like a pure moralist is nothing but someone sitting there in their ivory tower, not concerned with the lives of the average person. And what's a pure pragmatist but just an establishment politician that just goes through the daily grind of passing laws or not caring for what's in them, just doing whatever will get them reelected next time? I mean, neither of these are good positions. But if anyone in any movement or organization is to succeed in promoting ideas without resorting to lies or manipulation, they need to have arguments in both of these categories, preferably two very strong arguments. Don't settle for mediocre in either of them. The thing is, I see far too many discussions where one person is solely concerned with morality while the other is solely concerned with pragmatism. And you're not going to get anywhere. I mean, the one's focused on their one idea. The one that's focused on morality is arguing morality to the pragmatist, while the pragmatist is arguing his pragmatic ideas without a sense of morality to the moralist. And you're just not going to get anywhere. You have to keep in mind, what does the other person care the most about? Like, I was just reading I think it was the Pacificus Helvidius debates between James Madison and Alexander Hamilton, I believe 1793, over Washington's neutrality proclamation. And Alexander Hamilton is arguing, okay, this is why the neutrality proclamation is a good idea. This is why being neutral is good. Here's the moral argument. Well, Madison's more arguing the argument from the Constitution of, oh, you can't do it in the Constitution. It's unconstitutional. You're wrong. That's why. And it seems they went back and forth for a bit. Or rather, actually, they went back and forth once. Hamilton wrote, Madison responded, Hamilton responded again. But the whole time they're focusing on two completely different, two somewhat different ideas. With Madison just being, if it's unconstitutional, we cannot do it, period. And Hamilton saying, well, I don't care about the Constitution as much as you do. I care about what the people want. What's the point of having a Constitution if the people don't like it? It's not going to last. They were arguing from two different positions. And I wonder how many people actually do that, where they'll take a similar position based on what matters to them the most, but they won't focus on what the other person is the most concerned about. They won't consider what type of argument, moral or pragmatic, the other person really needs convincing. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Do you agree with this? Do you disagree? And if so, why? Tell me more. Throw out some other arguments down there. Is there a third one, maybe? But like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more content. Follow me on social media, which is shown right here. To see everything I do, visit nkreider.com, shown below. Thanks for watching.